I used to say Fitz was just a lot. Big feelings, big reactions, big energy. The kind of dog that you constantly had to manage. And for a long time, I really believed that until one moment shattered that story. And I realized he wasn't too much. He was scared, he was struggling, and I hadn't seen it. Welcome to Straight Up Dog Talk, the podcast where no topic is off limits and no pet parent feels alone. I'm Em, dog trainer, nutritionist, and retired vet tech, and I'm here to talk about the real stuff, the guilt, the grief, the breakthroughs, and everything in between. Whether you're deep in the trenches or just starting your journey, this is a safe space for big feeling dogs and the people who love them. Let's get into it. There's this label that people use for dogs all of the time. He's a lot. She's too much. They're reactive, stubborn, difficult, high energy. There are so many labels that we use to identify our dogs based on how we feel about our dogs through frustration. But underneath that label is often something much deeper. Something that gets missed when we only focus on their behavior and our emotions. Today, I'm sharing the story of the moment I realized Fitz wasn't a lot, he was in distress, and how that moment changed everything. How I trained, how I saw him, and how I saw myself. In today's episode, you'll learn the difference between big behavior and emotional distress, how we misread our dog's needs when we focus only on output, why nervous system regulation is more important than structure, and how this realization helped me build trust and finally support Fitz. Back then, I was still telling myself a very specific story. Fitz is just a high energy dog. He needs more structure. He needs more exercise, more rules, more consistency, more me. I walked him constantly. We trained all of the time. I kept thinking, he just needs to burn it off. We need to stay ahead of the outbursts. But no matter how hard I tried, no matter how much I structured our days, he didn't calm down. He couldn't rest. He was always on. And I was burning out trying to manage all of it. I thought, well, this is just the kind of dog that I have. But I was wrong. One day we had just come back from a long walk. It had gone pretty well. We avoided all of the big triggers, and he was taking food on the walk. I thought we had done everything right. But as soon as we got home, Fitz started pacing and barking, then spinning circles in the hallway. I tried to redirect him, and he looked right through me like I wasn't even there. And then he sat down, stared out the window, and started trembling, not reacting, just shaking. And that is the moment that it hit me. This isn't defiance. This isn't energy. This is distress. He wasn't hyper. He was dysregulated. He wasn't being difficult. He was overwhelmed. He wasn't stubborn. He was scared. And I missed it completely. That moment cracked everything open because suddenly I wasn't looking at a problem dog. I was looking at an animal who had been trying to tell me for months, years, that the world didn't feel safe to him. And I had been unintentionally making it harder by flooding him with things that he wasn't ready for. From that point forward, I stopped asking, how do I get him to stop doing this? And started asking, what is he trying to say? That shift from control to communication changed everything for us. I didn't need to fix him. I needed to listen to him. We paused the training drills. We stopped going on structured walks every day. We focused on decompression, on giving him space, on helping his nervous system breathe again. I started blocking the window, setting up calm routines, saying no to activities that didn't serve him, even if they were what good dogs were supposed to enjoy. And slowly, he started to trust me again. He looked to me instead of looking away or through me. He began to rest, not because I was in control, but because he finally felt safe. What I want you to know, if you're listening to this and you've got a dog who feels like they're a lot, is to ask yourself, is it behavior or Is it communication? Because maybe they're not being bad. Maybe they're overwhelmed. Maybe they're scared. Maybe they've been asking for help this whole time and no one has heard them yet. It's okay if you didn't see it at first. I didn't either. But once you do, you can't unsee it and you can't go back to the way things were because now you know better and now you get to do better. If this episode hit home for you, I'd love for you to share it with someone else who might be missing what their dog is trying to say. And if you're not sure what your dog is telling you, start small. Start by observing. Start by slowing down. Start by trusting what you see, even if it goes against what you have been taught. You are not too late, and your dog is not too much. They just might be struggling, and they're lucky to have someone who's starting to see that. Remember, you are not alone on this journey, and I am always accessible to you. Please don't hesitate to reach out with questions, or even if you just need to vent a little bit about your situation. And I will see you next time.